going on, guys? This is gonna be a quick video, but I couldn't not talk about it, and it's regarding the recently released gameplay footage of Factor 5's canceled Superman game. Now, for those of you who don't know, Factor 5 was a video game development studio that went out of business several years ago, of no real fault of their own. They were just one of the many casualties of the 2008 economic recession. It sucks, but it'd be like that. Now, last week on Twitter, a developer by the name of Salvatrex posted a thread about the canceled Superman game from Factor 5, which they were the lead designer of. In the thread, she really hammers in that this was going to be an action-oriented power fantasy brawler, mainly citing the comics and the Justice League Unlimited TV series as inspirations behind the game's combat, design, and aesthetic, despite the fact that this was originally intended to be the spiritual tie-in to Bryan Singer Bussy Swinger's canceled Superman sequel, which I think was supposed to be titled Superman the Man of Steel, which is why Zack Snyder's Man of Steel is titled Man of Steel, because Warner Brothers wanted to keep the same name. Hollywood is weird. Anyways, this would be a game where Superman is going head-to-head with supervillains that are on his level and even above his weight class, and that's just the thing I find hilarious, because this is what everybody who's been making those how to make a Superman game videos on YouTube have been saying for years now. Like, no, Cory Borlaug, look, I love you, but no, you don't have to take away Superman's flight and heat vision and everything else that makes people want to buy a Superman game to make a fun and entertaining Superman game. And to the YouTubers who keep making those how to make a Superman game videos where you say that you need a device or a plot mechanic to dull Superman's powers because nobody can beat him without kryptonite, or the only way to make a convincing Superman game is by making it a telltale story-based game because Superman's just an impossible character to build a game around. Wrong! Just take characters from the comics like Parademons, Livewire, Brimstone, Darkseid, General Zod, Doomsday, and villains like that, and have Superman fight them. And I'm just listing characters that would have appeared in the game. That's not to mention Parasite, Cyborg Superman, Metallo, Bizarro, Mongol, Imperiax, Maxima, Lobo, Manchester Black, the Atomic Skull. Like, it's not really that hard. I mean, game development is hard no matter what game it is, but coming up with enemies for Superman to fight in them isn't, at least conceptually. And it looks like Factor 5 was really going for it. I also think it's interesting that there was a collateral damage mechanic where you could smack people through buildings and cause destruction in the environment. This is something that I think would have been perfect for a Superman game in 2008. Because if Zack Snyder's Man of Steel showed us anything, it's that after 2013, people like to pretend that they give a shit about the nameless, faceless victims of collateral damage in superhero battles when literally nobody cared for like 80 years. Or, more aptly, nobody cared before Kirkman wrote Invincible. Still, I think having a mechanic like this is perfect for a semi-open world brawler. It really puts me in mind of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot and that game's approach to combat and environmental destruction. Salvatrex goes on to say that the overall design aesthetic of the game was very similar to that of the DC animated universe, where Metropolis was this somewhat out-of-time city. There was a lot of Art Deco buildings in the environments, but most importantly, their primary concern was that the city looked good from a bird's eye view, because much of that game would have taken place in the air, which I also think is interesting. And again, reminds me a lot of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. But also, this would not be an open world game like Arkham Origins or the majority of Spider-Man games that we've gotten, but instead would have Superman explore smaller maps, like a section of Metropolis, or a section of Apokolips, as well as the Fortress of Solitude and Smallville, which is an interesting choice given a modern context, because she does say that the engine they were working with could have supported an open world game, but the developers didn't want to limit the game's scale and scope to just Metropolis, which Given that explanation, I can actually get behind. And that really puts me in mind of video games like Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, where you can explore various planets, or Marvel's Avengers, where you can run missions in environments all around the globe. But once again, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. And, okay, this is a thing for me. A few months back, I made a video where I pitched a Superman video game, and I cite Dragon Ball Z Kakarot as a main influence on my ideas for a hypothetical Superman game. Because whenever anybody would say to me that, making a Superman game is impossible, I would pull my pants down and reveal my physical copy of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot to them, bare ass and all. Because if you're gonna come at me with some bullshit, it's only fair that you smell mine. And it's as hilarious as it is tragic. I've been using Xenoverse and Kakarot as prime examples on how to make a Superman game for years now. But from the looks of it, Factor 5 was promising with Superman what Bandai delivered on with Dragon Ball. Now, on a brighter note, or a darker and more pessimistic note, depending on how you look at it, the very existence of this footage puts to bed the arguments that we just don't have the technology to build a proper Superman game. This was being developed back in 2008, with hardware meant for the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. This was being developed for consoles 2 generations ago. If this was being worked on in 2008, and right now college students can build games like Undefeated in their dorm rooms, imagine what a studio could do with a AAA budget and current gen hardware. That said, there are rumors that Warner Bros. Montreal is working on a Superman game, but then again, I feel like we hear that once every 6 months. However, we did get confirmation that Rocksteady was working on a Superman game, but it was turned down by Warner Bros. Games, so instead, they built a game set in an open-world metropolis where Brainiac has invaded the Earth, and you have to kill Superman while playing as the Suicide Squad. Okay. Hopefully, though, this generates some buzz so that Warner Brothers can see how much people really do want a Superman game, because much like anything, I think you can easily sell people on the concept if it's done right. Anyways, what are your thoughts regarding Factor 5's canceled Superman game? Did this look like something you would have been interested in playing? What do you think of the idea of a Superman game that's level-based and linear as opposed to being open world? I'm really interested to see how people feel about that. Let me know down below in the comment section. Also, if you like this video, hit the like button, share it, support the channel, and if you want to see more content like this, all you have to do is subscribe. I'm the Mystical Green Beanie. Thanks for watching, and as always, until next time, adios nachos, adios.
Show me what you got.